How many rounds was like the last? We only went through like 2 rounds, right? Or 3 rounds?
I think 3 or
Three
4.
to four.
3 or 4.
Yeah,
I mean,
three
it
or four.
lasts a little bit because,
Okay.
so many things
Because
doing.
that mean haste lasts for a minute, I think. So we still have 6 rounds left.
Mm-hmm.
So we're probably good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where we last left off,
Yep,
everyone
just
had
think
encountered a
fast.
few new things. Well, a few old things that came back to bite them. After entering into this domain, some of you hasted, others you've not, and more prepared, at least, well, as prepared as you were going to get. You stumbled upon a person and various other members in garb and dress, surrounding and enchanting something to a high degree, so far into it that they were, well, they were pretty prepared. As you entered inside and killed a good amount of them, one of you, just by telling people to walk away, you managed to get them
Well, they had
down
an
to a
important
refined.
message to deliver to someone way over there.
You managed to refine them to such a small number that now only 2 rings remain. Less than a handful left. I believe the exact number is 4. And dead bodies around you. Now, what happens now, or rather, what you do now, rather than what happens now, might change things. You're not sure how far you are on the clock, but besides that, you are down in spells. Not down in numbers, but down in spells, which might be worse.
I have plenty of magic left.
I still
I
have
used a
decent
shitload of
magic
spells.
left. One of us did, yeah.
I use a lot of my spells. I still have a couple high level spells left, but
You only used
I've
one
used-
spell.
I just
I've
remember
used-
one of you using a lot of spells.
I used
That was
three
Len.
third, 2/4, 1/2, and then I used something from my ring, and another spell from my ring.
Okay, one of
my
you
ring is
really
different.
down in spells. Everyone else,
Yep. This is just fine. Hey, I did it for the friends, my friends.
With that in mind, you now take place where you might meet your end. The world might meet their end, or who knows, you might just manage to do something without being, well, without, how should I phrase this? If the gods didn't choose you, you decided to choose yourselves in stopping the crazy man that tries to destroy the world. You aren't the chosen ones, but right now, you are the best the world got.
Wow, the world
Oh,
sucks.
damn.
Maybe it deserves to end.
Maybe. Bartholomew, it
I
is
don't
your
think it
turn.
deserves the end, but it's just that's not good for the world.
Should I synaptics? I guess I'll fairy fire, just because that seems like the safer option.
Get him.
There you go. So yeah, fairy fire, 20-foot cube. I'll get all these guys, dumping it on this square here. So everyone makes a deck save.
All right. Let's see here. The minions have a 3 to it. So that's 9, 9, and 9. And big evil bad guy. Just showing you the dice roll and nothing else.
Okay, fair enough.
If it'll let me roll. There we go. What's the number to beat?
Yeah, 18.
Dex, right?
Yes.
He does not beat it.
Awesome.
Nice.
So everyone's
work, my
illuminated
friend.
and easier to hit. Except
There you go.
except Melvin over here, but fuck Melvin.
What color?
What color is it?
Oh, that doesn't really matter. I guess it's green. So that's my first personal favorite color.
All right, awesome.
With a nice ember green glow around. Wow, that is terrible English. With a nice green glow around them, almost shamrock style. They do glitter and glow in a fashion most pronounced to Bartholomew. Except for Melvin. I don't know how you figured out his name, but he seems really upset why he was taken out of things.
You don't get you don't get the green Irish glow, laddie. Sucks to be you. Maybe you should think twice before being named Melvin. After 18, you have the power to change it. It's not my problem.
Anything else, Bartholomew?
That'll be all.
All right. Melvin's
And
turn.
yes, I have been practicing.
With a nice Irish accent and the group and team ready to actually attack these people now that they are coated in Irish spring water. Well, the one that was targeted first hand decides to go after not Bartholomew. He doesn't technically know that you did it, but
I mean, I'm way in the back.
he does get closer to Kelmore and then begins to look at him. But rather than a strange incantation that seems to resemble a spell like a fax, he just grabs a rock and throws it at him. And then, yeah, Kelmore, go ahead and roll dexterity saving throw.
Is it just a normal attack? No magic whatsoever?
Yes and no. He is casting something right behind the rock, but he is also just chucking a rock at you. So, I guess I'll give you a choice. Dex save or whatever you decide to do.
I was asking because I get an advantage if it's magic.
Oh, what's your passive perception?
20.
From what you can tell, this individual is casting a spell on the rock. So it soon will be, but I'm not exactly sure how to define it.
On the rock.
So, oh, that's a 21.
Okay. Well, 21 passes anyways. Chucking a rock straight at you. Instead of trying to get hit by the thing, you decide to move away. As soon as it gets 5 feet from you, a spell gets immediately launched straight into the rock, and it breaks into tens, hundreds. You're not exactly sure, but it breaks down to a point where it's almost needle-like, and ricochets in the area. You're luckily able to dodge most of them, but you only sustain 2d4, which is 3, while the rest of the area is peppered in these pin-like needles. Currently, you are in tough terrain. As soon as I can draw the thing. It's small, but it's annoying. Next individual goes for shade. And this one will get closer, but can't do anything this turn. So, with shade in mind, the one individual that did get hit with a shamrock shell does go for shade with... Oh! I really should have been paying attention. This one's a melee fighter, so he does nothing. He's not close enough.
He's just reaching at him with a sword. Come here, come on.
I'm just gonna have him throw his short sword at Shade.
Oh, okay.
That's not what you're supposed to do, so I'll give him like a
Shade,
-2.
Catch it. Catch it.
So he has a +2. 19.
Shade's gonna catch it.
Nope.
Okay. He chucks it straight at you, and it just hits the ground in front of you. There's a nice silver blade in front of you.
I have
Purdy.
a lot of swords.
Well, there's another one.
Yeah.
He just hands him like a better one back. It's like, you probably should take
Should
this,
use
so I don't need it.
It's like I'm running out of room in my bag of holding, guys. Come on.
I mean, the
Yeah,
best.
This is just an armory at this point. It's just a bag of... It's just an armory of holding at this point.
I mean, it's a nice looking sword, but nothing magical. Kelmore.
I give Melvin a look and I'll tell him, Melvin, was that fairy fire? Are you feeling underappreciated? Don't worry. I'll give you some attention. As I proceed to unload on the user who's about to die most horrendously.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you're mocking him, because it also kind of sounded like you were hitting on him.
Mocking.
Okay.
Well, now I have a new line for my vampire game.
24 hit.
24 does hit.
Still
Okay.
alive?
17. He is still alive. Oh, I'm just gonna check where you were. You should have enough movement, but I just wanted to make sure.
I have like above 60 movement.
Oh yeah, you should be fine then.
Above movement.
It only ate like an extra 5 feet.
Yeah, we have ridiculous movement. I have like 90 feet of movement normally.
Mhm.
Like a goddamn horse.
Alive?
Smashing into him, you do manage to strike him down. He is at half health, but you do manage to strike a good amount of damage upon him. He's still upset that he
Yeah.
wasn't targeted, but for some reason he's more than happy to be targeted by at least someone that appreciates him. 24 does hit.
Alright, that's attack. Extra attack.
You
my
bloodied
second
him,
extra
Gilmore.
attack,
Eat him.
Then my haste ability to attack.
Bring him down.
A natural 20.
I just thought of like a really, a really,
Is he still alive?
Doing math. No. He's at -7.
Alright. So I just give him a pitiful look as he finally dies. Then I look towards the other dude here who's in the bubble. And I would like to take I have one last attack actually, which is rather ironic. And I would like to try throwing my anti-magic attributed blade at him if I can.
Well, you can try. It's pretty far, but you're athletic enough, probably.
What would you say I have to roll?
Generally, probably a long-range attack, so it probably would. You're strong enough that you can carry the blade. That's not an issue, but throwing it's another problem. So, do an attack, but instead of strength, use your dexterity.
Alright, one moment. I have to go and look. Let's see, that should be a minus 5. So it'll be -2 to my attack roll. Is he currently magical-fied?
The area around him is magical-fied, but he himself probably.
So 25 to hit.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, that's the wrong blade. That's the
Okay.
wrong blade. My bad. Okay, so that's 23 to hit, and that's the right blade.
You swing the blade straight at him, just chucking it because for some reason people just keep chucking weapons today.
You've started a trend.
It hits the
Some
fire ring
guy.
around him and it just buffers and hits the ground.
It was even able to stop an anti-magic attributed sword.
Yeah, surprisingly. You can tell when it hits the ground your blade is the best equivocal magical appropriation or the best physical description is that it is almost casting not casting, rather than it got so heat up that the metal itself just hit the ground as soon as it got too close to the thing. Maybe heat metal was cast upon it, or maybe there was so much energy around it that it just could not hold its ground. And then it just sunk right here. Oh, wait,
Alright.
that's the wrong tool.
Then I use my bonus action
Right there.
to summon it back to myself.
Okay, you summon it back to yourself, and this thing is hot.
I'll drop it on the ground.
Okay, you drop it on the ground. It'll probably cool after a round.
I end my turn. That's the
Okay.
last thing I could do.
After so much monologue, after so much time, again, you really weren't paying attention, and honestly, you don't really have to. No one ever specified if they were, but he just stops monologuing and continues his chant. Well, he continues the ritual components of said chant. He's not actually chanting. Shade.
Alright, I'm just gonna look at the guy who threw a sword at me. And then I'm gonna raise up my arm as if I'm gonna throw my sword, just bring it down, and since it has a 15-foot reach, I'll just stand where I am and try to hit him. With a 17.
A 17 just barely manages to hit him, which I really should have fixed his AC.
And another time, 28 to hit.
28 does hit.
And then I will actually move up and spend a key point to flurry of blows and hit him twice.
Mm-hmm.
The 25 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And another 25 to hit.
Very nice.
That
Blow-
much damage.
Blow after blow, you do manage to strike him well. While he's not bloodied, he is probably close to being bloodied. Looking at you, he is smiling. Finally, someone that's not using magical components, not shooting a fireball or some strange type of magical weaponry. Oh, wait, he's noticed your blade had 15-foot reach somehow. But finally, a worthy opponent actually using a fight tactics rather than simple magic. Yeah, so now next
He's gonna be upset. Yeah, he's gonna be upset soon, anyways. At this point.
Yeah, probably. Lan. Oh wait, sorry. Shady, anything else?
Nope, that was it.
All right.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to move up to Sir Shade there. I'll move around, I guess. Like, I'll move like all the way around, like, and come over here. For no reason, just because I have like a lot of movement. I just remember with that.
Gotta use it for something.
Yeah, we already have advantage, so like, I don't need to be behind him playing him. So I'm just like, real fast. So yeah, then I attack a lot of times because I'm real fast. Let's see. I guess I might as well do that, and then I will attack. Oh crap! I have a stupid wrong name on. Fix that, I swear. Let's forget the end. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't have that other one anymore, do I?
Oh, I almost forgot. Shade, you had advantage on those attacks, but it never got brought up.
Oh, okay.
Didn't really matter.
Alright, and then so do those hit?
Yes, all of those hit.
18 hits, okay. Alright. And then I'll use my bonus action to attack with my other offhand blade. And 20 probably will hit.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to add that up real quick?
Sure.
Alright, sure. Alright, anyway, let's see. 19. Oh my goodness. That is so much.
It's 74, by the way.
More than that.
Well, that's just a slashing.
Oh, yeah. It's 102 damage total.
Yeah. Well, he was bloodied with Shade's round of blows, so... Well, close to it. So...
Are you dead now? You're good. Well, did he die halfway in between? Because I guess I probably would have stopped stabbing him, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't die fast enough.
I'll say you can retake that last attack, but halfway through when you're just about to prepare to attack him, he just hits the ground and is unconscious. Maybe he's dead, maybe he's not. He's losing a lot of blood, though.
Alright, last attack again. Not too much, but yeah.
On him or the
damage.
other person?
The last, oh, the other guy. You said I could reroll it. I thought that's what you meant. But yeah, I just rerolled it on the guy who's not dead.
Yeah, 20 does hit, so 9, 10, okay. He's not bloodied, but he now knows you're there. Because for some reason, he did not suspect that you would just go around in a circle.
Very surprising. I know. And I also taunt him and tell him that he probably can't hit me no matter how hard he tries because he's too weak and he's going to die.
I like how you
So,
took out the
yeah.
one that was a melee fighter and then left the one that uses magic.
Well, I just went over and started killing stuff. I'll be
That's fair.
honest.
Lillian. All 4 attacks. Hit.
Very dead. He's gonna be very dead.
Really?
Yeah, that's the plan. Fairy fire. Yay, Bartholomew. Fairy fire for the win.
Yeah, welcome.
Do I need to add
That's
that up, or is
it.
he just dead?
It's one of my favorite
He
spells ever.
wasn't bloodied, but you probably need to add that up.
Alright, give me a sec. $84.
84 does do a good amount of dent. Bringing him down into the fine enough point, you do see that Lan struck him down. He turns around, aiming straight for Lan, and then you immediately break his... his spine, his bone structure, whatever you internally Thunder will do, which will probably do a lot. He had a remainder of 82 health left, so with an added +2, he is down. But if you really wanted to be nice, you probably could revive him with, I don't know, lay on hands, cure
Why
wounds.
would I do that?
I don't know.
Are any of these people my sisters?
No. Your sisters were likely in the cave that you just left.
I can go back for them.
You can go back for them. Plus, if you stop this anyways, they'll probably be honestly safer. Especially since you know he intends to kill the creatures, entities that are inside of them. So, yeah. Lillian, anything else?
No, I'm good. I don't.
All right.
Unless someone needs a frisbee.
Nope.
Nah.
I forgot to even look at my out
Wait,
there.
there's nobody left alive, right?
No minions left alive, correct.
Just the bad guy?
Just the bad guy.
Just big mini pants.
Even with Shade's true sight, you see no invisible entities, no strange, horrific ghost creature in the distance. And then that's it for them. Star, well, thankfully enough, as tables have turned, she is considering helping you. Again, however, she's not going to be the one that strikes this guy first, so she just gets behind Shade, Lan, and Lillian, and just waits. Bartholomew.
Not. I guess I'll try to dispel magic on the guy since everyone's dead.
Is the barrier circle thing not going down?
The burial circle thing is not going down, even after everyone has died. Prior to this, just about every time you killed like 5 of them, the barrier has each preceding barrier had gone down. This time not so much.
Huh. This is the barrier, yeah, right here. This.
Well, that's a magical circle.
border.
You're not exactly sure what's going to happen once you enter inside. But yes, for all intents and purposes, that is a barrier, including the firewall around said individual.
Huh. You know what? I have some soap that has never come up ever, and likely never will again. I'm just gonna throw that in real quick, see what happens to it.
Huh. Where'd you get the soap, or did you just have soap?
I just had soap as part of my kit.
Okay.
I also have an ink pen, lamp, ocean oil.
Okay. Because I do have items that retain to soaps. I just wanted to make sure I didn't give you one.
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem. No, we're stinky bastards. Well, I'm not, but I will be after this, apparently.
You grab a bar of soap and just chuck it inside. It hits the ground, and as soon as it does, you do see that let's call it soap, begins to go further down into the ground. It's not disappearing, rather than it is extremely melting in an instant. It hit the ground, and then it just begins to slowly melt. Not slowly, in fact, this is quite quickly melt away until there's basically a pool of soap.
Huh.
On the plus side, you just invented a shampoo.
I'm a genius. That's really what I wanted from all of this. Who cares if the world ends? I have shampoo.
That being said, however, you can tell that it was not from the spinning circle spell or ritual. If you had to guess, some form of heated energy is coming from his very circle of fire itself. To this extent.
I have things that turn up heat, but I don't really have anything that turns it down.
Yeah, basically when you chucked it inside, it basically hit more or less of a heat barrier, and it just hit the ground and then began to melt.
Do any of our characters have fire shield?
Well, I
think
don't.
so.
No.
Is the man in the middle still like chanting a ritual of some kind?
No, he
Or is,
stopped
like-
chanting. He's still doing the whole hand thematical components, perhaps. But the enchanting stopped a while ago when he was basically berating you, telling you his life story, which you ignored. But now he's just doing the whole hand gesture movements that one wizard, sorcerer, or warlock would tend to do.
Gotcha.
Sometimes bards as well.
We need to hurry.
Yeah, should I dispel magic? Well, I can't touch it, so...
I mean, you
Dispel
can.
magic.
Oh, it's 120 feet, actually. What am I doing?
Yeah, just spell it. I guess. Yeah.
I guess I'll try to dispel the heat shield.
All right. What level?
Fourth? Just to make it easier?
I'm giving you guidance.
Alright.
That's an action on your turn.
Oh, wait. Yeah,
That's
we're in
right.
combat. I can't do it. Never mind.
Well, unfortunately, fourth is not high enough to dispel it all outright, so you're gonna have to roll.
I can still attempt it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
So if you intend to do it, you're going to have to roll. Not saying you can't.
Wouldn't be easier, huh?
Unfortunately not. If you upcast it, it just means you'll have a greater chance to dispel it, but it doesn't make it easier.
I'm an idiot. Can I retcon that to third then? Because I was attempting to roll it. Just make it easier.
Yes.
Alright, thank you. Thank you, generous God. Alright. Okay, an ability check using spellcasting, so...
Hang on.
Is Bartholomew doing this?
Yes.
Is Bartholomew in 30 feet of me?
Probably.
Actually, yes.
Yes.
I moved in close enough.
Good.
Now she can kill you.
Cool, don't.
Exactly. So it's just an ability check, right? So it's just a charisma check for you.
Basically.
Yeah.
Alright.
Don't we have port? You know what?
I
I'm
do
gonna
have
flash of
portent.
genius. I'm gonna flash of genius this just to make sure.
I
Actually,
also have lucky, which I was going to use.
What's ninth level dispel roll?
Ninth
That would be
level
19,
dispel.
so I actually beat
19.
it. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
But it could be higher level if it's a ritual.
Mhm.
That would
Well,
make
23,
it what?
I mean, if you want to.
12th level spell.
There was a lot of them, and you don't know if they were elves.
This is like this would be enough to dispel 13th level.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I'll just
save your
explain what
flashes.
happens.
Elves aren't the only ones that created higher than ninth level.
I know, it's just the first thing that came to mind. But you are correct, Kelmore. As you begin to chant Bartholomew, or rather, you just begin to cuss him out, your cutting words begins to basically
Fuck
come
this
into
bullshit shield! Just his somatic is just 2 middle fingers.
actual constructed words. And then they turn into blades and just butcher into the strange heated shield substance. It then begins to bisect the spell. And then at the last instance, the magical spell circle begins to warp around him, lose its balance, and then just disappear. And the last cutting words that shows up in physical form just says "what up" and then disappears.
Cool, I have 5 extra feet of movement, so I'm gonna move back 5 feet to be safe.
All right.
Probably
and
not super safe, but safer.
At least by 5 feet. Anything else?
Yeah, no, that's... does anyone need Bardic Inspiration?
No.
Sure. I'll take it.
Alright, sure. Here, have a Bardic Inspiration. Yeah, that would be a... that'd be a D... That would be a D12.
Boom.
Or no, it is a D10, my bad. I forgot what level we were.
I think it gets at 12 at 15.
Yeah, 15
Yeah.
or 13.
So, Kilmore.
Is the circle still going around?
The spinning circle is still going around. The fire circle is gone.
Where does the spinning circle start?
To make it easier, it is the actual circle itself rather than the spikes around it.
And once I get into the circle, I like to see if it's still hot.
So you enter inside?
Yes.
You enter inside and there's still heat, but it's more humid than anything else. It's not unbearable. But
And I rush in.
heat just doesn't disperse so quickly. I mean, if it does, you'll create a tornado or a typhoon-like effect. But I'm not going to screw over Bartholomew, because he did good.
Am I within 5 feet?
Thank
or do
you.
I need to go one more over?
You need to go one more over.
Wasn't sure because as how
He's placed very awkwardly.
All right, then it's attack ///. Then I look up to him. I get right up into his face. I tell them, "It's my turn now."
Wait, who got rid of the last barrier?
Bartholomew.
I thought he got rid of the fire shield. I thought there were 2 left.
That was the last one. There's a circle on the ground.
I thought the circle was one. That was my mistake.
Yeah, me too.
So that's why I was like, I don't know. I thought that was just something.
It could still be a barrier. You don't, 100% know. The only physical barrier was the fire shield. But the circle on the ground is the circle on the ground.
Spell it.
20 hit him.
Quick question. Does a 20 hit you?
No.
Okay. You go straight
Whoa.
for a blade attack straight at him. He just looks at you, and then for some reason you're on the other side, flipped. Not like you're on the other side of him, but rather you're not sure when, but you turned around, pivoted, and then shanked the air behind you.
This reminds me of what happened with that one dude. Can I attack directly? As I'm facing this guy, can I attack directly behind me?
Sure.
Does a 28 hit?
Does a 28 hit you?
Yes.
As you're looking behind yourself, looking at him, stabbing the air behind you, you then pivot under your feet and then shank straight into yourself. Go ahead and roll damage.
Question.
Yes.
What I was trying to do was to do what the...
No. I get what you were trying to do. It was like that one fight where you basically just had to fight around the guy. No, this is not the same type of substance. It seemed like it at first. Let's see. A wizard, maybe a warlock, or a bard, like, if you don't have anything else, could probably roll Arcana.
I have proficiency in Kana if I can roll.
Can I actually efficiency in Arcana? I'm all hot, good on the magic.
It's
Now,
my turn.
Kelmore, I'm going to allow you to make a roll only because it's your turn. From what you can tell, the strange circle around you is still technically another barrier. It's not a physical one, more as a manifestation of an effect, like substance. It's not a spell that's causing you to stab yourself. Rather, it's more of a area of effect enchantment.
Dispel it, Kelmore.
Then I will use my. I can't really. I will use
I'll
my
dispel it,
Master
then.
Ruin Magic Slayer to cast Dispel Magic for my time for today.
What level?
Well, you still did.
It has to be a 3rd level standard.
Go ahead and roll.
Let's cross my fingers.
Get it, Kelmore.
It's 5. That fails.
You cross your
Damn.
fingers and wish on a star. Bartholomew, you were saying.
I don't think I can save you with the.
Oh, I just said damn.
Don't waste it, because I'm gonna use a dispel on my turn, and I'll have the bardic inspiration, and you can maybe flash of genius me if I'm within range.
I don't have much to use my 3rd levels on, and I do have lucky, so I could just re-roll it. Worst case, just portent.
Can I use my Fortune's Favor? I like to use my Fortune's Favor to reroll.
That allows you to reroll once, right?
Correct.
I suppose you could.
Can't do much worse.
I did do worse.
But you did. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
You cross your fingers and reach on a star.
I had to open your mouth.
And hope on the star. Star's not listening. So you ask her again. She's not listening. So the spell gets not dispelled.
Question.
You ask
as
the
I'm-
stars, and the stars spell in the cosmos. Try again later.
Was that Kelmore?
Yeah. I still have one more attack left after doing all these things.
Mhm.
Can I attack the circle and cast anti-magic shell on it?
Not really. The circle itself isn't exactly physically there, just visibly there. I mean, I guess you can try. Yeah, I guess you can try.
Then I will attack with the Magic Slayer down onto the circle and expand the spell slot and do an anti-magic on it. Does a 27 hit?
Yeah. So, yeah, this is creative thinking. With a mind and heart and a strange, hey, if I can hit the ground, maybe this'll work. You managed to actually strike the thing. Well, it was on the ground anyways, and did sink it in. It is now 5 feet smaller. At the very least.
Well, that's good. Do something.
I yell out
So
to
he's.
everybody.
You
I
shrunk
yell
the circle of fire.
The fire circle's gone. The fire of weirdness is still there.
I yell out to my group. You might be able to attack the circle to get rid of this last barrier so we can attack this dude and kill him.
There's that.
And my turn. That's the last thing I can do.
Mm-hmm. He stopped talking. He stopped chanting, and at this point, he does his strange hand sign gestures, whatever you consider physical components of hand spell enchantment things. But in an instance, almost like a conductor, point your fingers in the air. Those were the last movements he made. He doesn't look surprised that you were able to come here. He also doesn't know you actually didn't listen to his monologue. Looking toward Calmore, he simply states, "The deed is done. Contract made. I'm sure you understand what that means. After all, I have given you the story that transpires, what is meant to be, the story that comes today. You probably have no idea what he's talking about. Again, you weren't listening. No one was, really.
What was your name again?
He is going to just try to grab Kelmore. So Kelmore, athletics or acrobatics versus his athletics.
Let's hope I do better than I normally do.
You have advantage on acrobatics, I think. Because you have
Nice.
haste.
Well, he's gonna have to roll well. So
Do you want a flash of genius on this?
No.
don't worry about it. He only got an 18, so Kelmore just easily dodges his grasp. He turns around and goes, "Well, it doesn't matter. Regardless of that, I can still attack your friends."
I
Oh,
tell
no,
him to
not
bring it
that
on.
one. Not that. Don't.
You know,
No.
I tell him to bring it on and stop being a little bitch and attacking Kilmore because everyone knows he's easy to hit. Come over here.
He's the best one to attack.
I tell him to come over here.
I agree with that sentiment.
I go, show me what you got.
He can technically hit all of you, except for
He
Kelmore.
could, but he shouldn't.
I tell him instead of hitting everyone, you should hit me every time.
I mean, as incredibly stupid and heroic as that is, I don't think he would listen to you.
The pride, Land thinks he can do it.
All right. I'm just making sure what I think it's dexterity. Yeah. Everyone except for Kelmore, go ahead and roll dexterity saving throw.
Is he using magic?
Technically.
Hey guys,
Needy.
everyone has
Doesn't
haste
matter.
and
You have
advantage.
advantage anyway.
Cool, I don't.
Never mind.
I'm gonna try anyway.
I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration on that.
Damn!
'cause I am.
I'm gonna flash of genius my save, just do on the safe side. Wait, actually, never mind. I don't need to because I'm sitting next to the paladin.
Yeah, what's your plus land?
Ooh, 6.
Alright, so I got a 22.
22. Yeah, me too. I think I'm
Lang got a 24. She's in there. She was like, making sense.
All
Well, I
right.
somehow outclassed all of you, and I only have an up on the roll. No extra die rolls or nothing.
All right. Bartholomew takes half. Land takes.
Lang got a +9 to bind because he uses bardic inspiration.
Okay. Land takes half. Lillian, with Land's help, takes half. Shade is within range as well. 8.
What
Six helps. What kind of element is it? Or
Lightning.
I'm absorbing this shit.
yeah, well, it depends on what the damage is first before I absorb it.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be a lot, but
As a
I
strange
almost feel
cloud,
bad for the dead body.
he points straight towards your team. As a strange cloud forms around your entire scope, strange sounds begin to hit the ground until you realize that it's raining. Just above you and just around you, electrical sparks just hit the ground, and then you begin to move away. Some of them cut into you, and others not so much. Thankfully enough, you are quack. Ow. Quick and nimble enough to get out of the way of most of them. But it still does a significant amount of damage. I'm just going to do the flat roll instead of actually rolling. So those that passed take half. Those that did not take full. I believe everyone passed. Kelmore, you didn't have to roll. So it is 44 average. So take half of 22.
Goody.
Are you absorbing it?
I don't have absorb elements. I'm a bard.
yeah, Land's gonna absorb it. I'm helping my baby though. I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna absorb it too. It makes it 11.
All right.
I dance between the lightning strikes.
So as you begin to dance, singing of, oh man, I forgot the song, Dancing in the Rain, it is now your turn.
Cool.
The clouds have yet to disappear, or disperse, by the way. take that as however you will.
I'm going to move here. And so was I able to see that Kelmore was having trouble hitting this guy?
It kind of seemed like Kelmore was dancing or messing with him, but you can clearly tell he wasn't meaning to do that.
Right. So I'm going to try and hit him with the combined blade, which, with the intent to use Phantasmal Blade to pierce through magical barriers.
Okay.
And see if that does it. So, I guess I'd have to be right up next to him to flank, right?
Yes. I think so. I just don't know how flanking rules with reach weapons work.
I'm not sure. 1 second, sorry. I was bugging my fiance apparently. I had to close the door. Okay. Yeah. I think he can still flank if you're away, but I'll just move up just to be sure.
This is why I'm single and don't have a family. I don't have to deal with these problems.
So will I have advantage?
You will now.
Okay. So 27.
Go ahead and roll damage. Now, does a 27 hit you?
Oh, absolutely.
You grab your blade and swing straight towards him. However, as you look down, you can tell that your hand is pivoting into your abdomen as we speak. It hits. It does hurt. It does intend to strike. And thankfully enough, no one else was behind you. Because it likely would have hit someone within 10 feet.
Cool. Okay, so that was 17 points of damage.
Heard me yell out to attack the circle.
You can always try.
Um,
All depends on what you do.
What would Shade do? Okay, I'm just going to for a second attack, Shade's literally going to try and touch the circle.
You touch and grope the ground. It's a little awkward, but you do it.
Yep.
Shade has this magic destroying thingy.
He does.
Yeah.
He
that's what he's
is.
hoping for. Yeah, and I think that's all he's going to do is he's going to wait and see if touching the circle with his hands does anything.
You begin to pet the ground. It's a little awkward. Lan, as you see, Shade just... the best way I can describe it, which I just did, is groping the ground.
He's just running around doing handstands. Handstanding around.
Less than handstands. But it does shrink 3 feet? I'm not using actual exact measurements, but, you know, it does go smaller. Not enough that it's completely visible to him, but enough that you can see since you're out of the circle.
Okay, well, I'm going to cast a spell magic on that circle.
Okay, go ahead and roll. As in, post the
circle.
spell.
Yeah, well, I know it's higher than that. So if I cast it at a higher level, the roll is lower, like the DC is
No.
lower?
Not technically, no.
No? Okay. Okay. Then yeah, I'll just cast it at the third level. Well, I have to cast at the fourth level because I don't have any third level spells left. So I cast at the fourth level.
Go ahead and roll.
Wait, Oh wait, you know what? I don't have. Oh, I lied. I don't have it. I don't have counterspell. I'm sorry. I don't have the spell manager. I forgot. I was like, oh, I don't have that. Never mind. I lied. So I'm not gonna do that. One problem. I think. I forgot I don't have counterspell. Stupid
I thought you
sorcerer.
were
I
using
already-
dispel magic.
I have counterspell, not dispel magic.
Oh, okay.
I guess I will. Can I move forward and just attack the circle from here?
Sure. You're not in the circle. You're just like at the edge of it. Okay, now you're inside.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I will attack the circle. I see him trying to attack the circle, and every time I try and stab him, something stabs them instead. So I will start attacking the circle, I guess. Yeah. Oh wait, I'm probably gonna make it, but we'll see. Make a con save. Yeah, I'm still concentrating on haste, by the way. Green flame blade, and then I'm going to attack with my pride on the ground.
Roll damages.
I guess I got one more. I forgot haste one. I guess we'll see. It's alive still.
Did I miss anything?
No. Lands just stabbing the ground while Shade is
Yep.
groping the ground.
Chopping the ground a bit with my long sword of pride.
Okay. Stabbing, groping. Very awkward if anyone just walked in on this conversation. It
Yeah.
shrinks about a foot. So, while it did do something, it didn't do a whole lot.
Okay. I'm just gonna move closer to make sure these guys get their saves. Whatever. And I have one more attack with my bonus action, I guess. But do I feel like he's from this plane of existence?
You feel explicitly that this person's from this plane of existence. That's probably why he's so jaded. From when or where, you have no idea. You know he's an orc, but that's really all you do know.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I'll save my spells for the things. So I'll just use my offhand blade attack then.
Okay. I mean, if and when you were still employed, you probably could have asked him like stuff about him, his family, who he's connected with. But no, he just sent you on missions and you accepted.
Don't care.
Yeah, we're mercenaries. I'm swinging at the ground, I guess.
Steve or something, I think his voice.
Trying to hit the ground, like maybe the ground near him will do more damage. I don't know if that's a critical hit on the ground since it's not moving.
With the flame blade in hand, you strike it and sink it into the ground. It's strong. It begins to burn the ground underneath it. But it doesn't really do anything. It shrinks it down by another inch. Like another 3 inches. But that's about it.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Alright, guys. I think we need to do something else.
Lillian,
I'm gonna move closer.
you move closer.
I'm just hang on.
Dispel it if you have it.
I'm about to. I'm just moving it so I can get that one spot right there. Hang on, I'm gonna move my thing. Here we go. I'm casting Dispel Magic.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna flash a genie instead, just to be sure.
Explain to me what Splash of Genius does again. It's been a little bit.
Ability check. It gets my intelligence bonus. So that would make that a 24.
Okay. Now, are you just like targeting the ground itself or any specific area?
Everything in and around him, which includes the circle.
So you're specifically targeting him then?
Wait, is the circle, like, how close is the circle to him?
The circle itself is underneath him. He's at more or less the epicenter.
So you want me to spell him or the circle, guys?
I don't know.
Just hammer the circle.
You make a decision. You're the one that knows magic.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
If he's casting it and you hit him, it'll be gone. If something underneath the ground, let's say this plant, roots, has a magical item or whatever, and you cast it on that plant, it'll be gone. But if you attack... Man, I forgot what you named him. I'm just going to call him Morty. If you attack Morty, or cast it on him, but he didn't have it, the circle will still remain.
We'll flip a coin. Unless you guys
Actually
want
flip
me
a
to do
coin?
the circle.
What was that?
If he cast it, the spell in the circle, and I target the circle, will it still get dispelled?
No, because he is the source of the magic.
Okay. One is the circle. Two is him.
Hmm.
Two is him.
Okay. You target him with a... what was it again? Dispel magic, right?
So,
Okay. With Dispel magic, it binds into his flesh and begins to dispel something. As soon as it happens, something just snaps. And you feel vibration in the air just beginning to warp around it. However... actually, can you bring up Dispel magic? I kind of want to make sure I'm doing this correctly.
hang on.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range, and spell of 3rd level or targeted for each spell, 4th level or higher. Ability check using. Okay. I'm gonna give you a choice then. Do you? You can tell that there's something on him once you synchronized him and dispelled magic, but you feel something is off. Do you continue the spell, or do you just simply allow yourself to eat the spell and just not dispel whatever is on him?
Can I make an Arcana check?
No, this is a quick of the moment. You just know that something's off.
Like off in what way?
You know what? Go ahead and roll Arcana. You can tell that there's something on him rather than the spell circle around him. So it's not the thing that you need to target. There's likely something in the ground that you need to target. However, on him seems to be something not great. Something of pitch black darkness, not necrotic, but something worse.
So like an artifact?
No, how should I explain this? If necrotic damage still brings out zombies, this just kills everything.
I'm gonna cancel the spell and call out about that.
Okay. Anything else, Lily?
Okay. I guess I'm gonna attack the circle. Actually, wait, no. Wait, I have my... I still have my extra attack. Yeah, I can still attack it once.
Okay.
Actually, I still have my 2 attacks. I can attack the circle twice. Yeah.
All right. Ground pounding into the ground, you do manage to shrink it down by another 5 feet. But this thing is big and massive. Now that you know you need to target the ground, however, if anyone else has Dispel magic, it probably will help.
I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
I am next, so
Technically, Star's next.
well.
She just gets behind you
Helping.
and ends her turn. As she ends her turn, however, a bolt of electricity comes from the clouds that's still there and hits her. She needs to make a dex save. Fails and takes 1d10 points of damage. 6. Bartholomew, you now know what happens if you end your turn in the cloud.
Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna move out of that cloud, preferably over here, and then attempt another dispel magic.
All right.
on
As,
the circle.
as you run away from her, she just says underneath her breath. No, she wouldn't say it underneath her breath. She'd just say it out loud. My meat shield. And you hit the
Well, it
ground.
didn't do you much good last turn, did it?
As you begin to cast a spell, what level? She just says, well, I didn't know he had fighting clouds.
Well, 3, because I doubt I could actually match him at the number.
Fair enough. Go ahead and roll.
Sure, why not? Ooh.
I'm assuming you're hitting the ground and not him?
Yeah, well, it's Dispel Magic. There's no other real magic around him that I want gone.
That's fair, and Lillian did tell you, hey, don't target this guy with the spell magic.
Yeah, also, I forgot to add, I have, since I had to run in the bathroom, I get my damage from Absorb Elements. It's like 1d10, right?
Yeah. Are you hitting the ground with it?
Yeah, it would have applied to my next melee attack.
Okay, that's what I thought. It shrinks like another half inch.
No, don't roll it. Just don't bother with it.
Don't bother with it because Bartholomew hits the ground with a massive amount of his charm, charisma, and magic. Probably that last one, but don't tell him.
I'm seducing the circle away. You're welcome.
Who knows? Maybe that's what Shade thinks he's doing. However, the magical circle begins to bind, twist, and then just immediately dispel and disintegrate within your sight. Maybe Shade was helping. Maybe Lan was helping. Maybe Lillian and Kelmore were helping. But honestly, Bartholomew, you can probably tell it was you. But don't tell them that.
You.
They need some motivation.
Of course. Being the generous person I am.
Yes, would I know where on his person the object is?
It's probably his actual core and body. The thing you
Oh,
latched onto was his physical form.
Oh. Okay, that's creepy.
Yeah. That being said, though, he's still alive. He's still mobile. So, Bartholomew, anything else you're going to do?
Does anyone else want another bardic inspiration?
I'll take it.
Sure. Here you go. I got one more after that one. So.
All right.
D12.
Kelmore.
And that's it.
It's a D10, by the way, Kelmore.
Yes.
Thank you. I look up to him and I tell him,
I'm your biggest fan.
now
Go
you're
on.
mine. I'm going to draw out my Mother's Blade.
Mhm.
I'll say, together, Jolter, let's smite down this evil with all of our wrath combined. And I will attack with everything I got. Natural 20 right out the gate, motherfuckers.
Nice. It would have been really
Muy
awkward
bueno.
if you didn't actually hit.
And I will use a level 3 anti-magic strike.
All right.
Now let me find where my crit is for. Sorry, that took a little bit. Let me see. That should be 11, 3, 10, and 7, and then 44 should be the crit damage. Not very high roll that time, all around, but it's pretty decent.
All right. And this is the one that anti-magic like basically reduces anything he has to less than a cantrip.
Oh no, that's the other attribute. No, that's not it.
Okay.
This is just I do. It's like Divine Smite, basically, but anti-magic instead. It's just damaging.
Okay. You hit him hard, and he does take a good amount of damage. He's not dead. He is winded. Not bloody, but he is winded.
Alright, then I will do my 2 extra attacks. Oh yeah, another crit.
Yes, he still has his shamrock shell all around him.
With that, and I get advantage hit anyways. So I will do another anti-magic strike
Mm-hmm.
at 3rd level. All right, so then it is. Does a 21 hit?
A 21 does not.
All right, that's my 2 extra attacks, and then my normal action. Then I get my haste action, which I will do then another battling blade. Does a 23 hit?
23 does not.
This guy has some high AC.
Remember beforehand, it took, I think, a 25 to repeatedly hit him. And that doesn't mean he doesn't have it lower, but you could probably, suffice to say, tell the range.
I will use my bonus action to do a normal weapon attack. And a 30, I believe, hits.
Mm-hmm.
10 and then 9, slashing into necrotic. Alright, then I will use, since I believe I used everything, my action surge, which I haven't used yet today. So I get to do everything all over again. Oh, when I use action surge, do I get my haste attack back?
Don't believe so. I think you get everything that you would normally get on a turn, except for a bonus.
You just get your standard back.
Yeah.
A 23 does not hit.
Mm-mm.
Then it's my 2 extra attacks. A 32 hits.
Mm-hmm.
I will expend another slot at 2nd level. Do a magic slam strike. That's 27 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot. Let's see. I would then use my bonus action to. I'll just do another regular attack with my bonus action. And I miss again, unfortunately. Then I will end my turn, since that's everything I got.
Okay, you can tell he's bloodied. You can tell he's very hurt. However, it is the end of your turn, which means that it's now their turn. And I am not going to lie to you. I was a little scared that you were going to kill him. That being said, however, he did manage to get to his turn, which is a problem. As he begins to look around his vicinity and then look at Bartholomew because he was all the way over there, he then simply states, "Now then, what do you say we change the playing field?" Immediately, Lydian, you can tell that strange sensation you felt on his body snaps, releasing a strange floodgate within his core.
Please tell me someone has Mage Slayer.
Is this magic related?
It was until that spell untwined. If you had to guess, he was holding it in. But this next effect is not magical. In fact, even if it was, you probably wouldn't be able to dispel it.
I was going to use
If-
my reaction to do that.
Yeah. Well, I'll describe it, and you tell me if you could probably do it. He then goes to the ground, similar to how Shade's currently groping it, but not as awkwardly. And sorry, I keep making fun of you, Shade. He hits the ground, palm in hand, palm to ground, looking towards you, Lot. You then see a strange miasma hit the ground, and almost in an instant, the ground around you coats in darkness, a shadowy substance, and then it begins to bubble. How more do you think? I'm being genuine. You could do something?
I want to say possibly because he's within range, and I based it off of what Asta does in Black Clover, and it does have technically a kind of a reach. If you hit something and it's bigger than his person, it does expand to target the whole thing if he hits it. So it kind of depends. This thing has to be magic though. If he releases some magical contract or a seal on himself, then I couldn't negate that because the spell had already been casted. Like, you know, this 3rd level spell, Magic Circle, or any of those things, I couldn't negate that because it releases based upon a condition. So technically, if this is not a direct spell or spell-like ability, but if it is that, then yes. But if this is like him opening up a container to release something
Was
that may have
releasing
or may not,
a held spell.
yeah, if he's releasing, you know, if it's a spell, even a held spell, I could. But if this is him releasing something like,
I mean, like the spell was what was containing. If he's just like releasing a spell he was sustaining to contain this energy, and now it's just pouring out of him because he's not actively holding it in anymore, it's not really like casting a spell or spell-like effect. It's more like ending a spell.
yeah, then I can't negate that. If that's what is happening, then I can't negate it.
Yeah, that'd be the best description, honestly. Okay. Well then. It hits the ground and everything begins to pull around you so fast in such a moment. You begin to feel something shift around you. As the darkness envelops the area, the bodies that are on the ground immediately get coated in this darkness and just disappear. However, you are still strong enough, and maybe because he wants to see what you can do. Maybe he wants to see if anyone can stop this. Or maybe he just wants to kill you. You then find yourselves in the land of death.
The negative energy plane?
No, this is something else entirely. That's just what I named the map.
Oh.
At least I'm still transformed.
Now, unfortunately, you can't see the turn order. If you want, I can stream it to Discord, or you're just gonna have to trust me. Or you can re-roll again, because honestly, new environment, you might need to re-roll again.
I'll reroll.
Okay.
Sure.
Everyone, go ahead and re-roll initiatives.
Hey, you have my old one. Oh, he just did.
Oh, sorry, I just deleted everything.
He had a 19. Just,
Okay.
Yeah, just change it.
Mm-hmm.
Or he can change it. I don't know if he's...
I got... Oh, wait. Bartholomew, you were 19, right?
No, Kelmore was 9. I was 19 before, but I'm 12.14 now.
I was 19.
Okay.
Kelmore was 19. He's first. Unless someone else rolls higher.
Advantage on initiative checks.
It depends on your class. Do you? Hello?
I don't know.
I don't.
I don't believe
Yeah.
I do.
I'm wearing a magic helmet that gives me advantage on initiative.
Then you do. That'd be 17 then. And unfortunately, Star, like she was planning to basically split, did not split because she thought you guys were going to win.
I just now realized my helmet is redundant because I also have a shield that gives me advantage on initiative rolls.
Well, I mean, there's that. Let's see here. 18 and 10. Okay. And don't worry about that 10. Probably. Unfortunately, it is the start of the round, and now it is his turn. Now changing the tone of the map.
What
Just-
would have happened if I killed him?
Probably not this. To be fair, all of you needed to kill him. Some of you hit, others did not. It would have just been a quick, quick instance. Still making noise until I can find the thing because it's taking me forever.
Did you say we all get to attack?
No. I don't even remember saying that. If I did, well, that's awkward.
All needed to attack him in order to possibly kill him, based upon my earlier question.
Yeah. Okay. This strange land that you now find yourselves in, you know that this is the land that you come from, hail from. Actually, Bartholomew, based on your background, it might not be for where you're from, because it doesn't really just say where you're from. So you can always go back there. Lillian, you could maybe find a place in the Celestial Realm. After all, that is your home. Everyone else might be screwed.
Wait. Explain that?
The very ground underneath you, and from as far as you can see through the horizon line, it is the exact same strange miasmic pattern. You know that the dead bodies around you just instantly just got absorbed by the ground itself as it began to bubble and churn. So unless you find a way to get rid of this, more than likely, and you know this specifically because I gave you this information a while, all of you, this will likely kill the very ground you stand on, as well as anyone else that stands on it.
I can fix that.
Well, you can always try.
No, I mean, I can just get off the ground.
I mean, you know, I've been kind of saving this for a long while. I don't even know if Lillian was here at the time. I have a Reaper book and dagger.
You do?
Yeah, it'll attack the strongest thing in the room, which is presumably him, and then it'll attack the caster, and then disappear, and then, you know, go do Reaper stuff.
Use it if you want.
True.
What is a Reaper Book and Dagger?
It was an item that was retrieved a while ago in the, I was going to say museum, that's not true. Before they met
In like
you,
the City of Mazes, I believe.
they went to the city of, like, a session or two before they met you. They entered the City of Mazes where they found you. And he acquired a book because he stole it from someone that was messing with things.
Well, no one was touching it.
No one was touching it. That's basically it. Not that grandiose, because you never really figured out what it was doing there or why they were placed there.
Sure.
I mean, who knows? It probably has a cool
Gara was
backstory.
busy running for my life.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Giant robots and all that.
Yeah.
The entity in the middle of your group looks around and you can tell that the work was done. However, you can tell that the body is now incorporated in this miasmic pattern. You can tell that it is strong. You can tell that it is not a good look for him. Or anyone, really. Well, it depends on what you're into. As Shade is still hitting the ground, he looks towards him and then just raises a hand. The hand gesture begins to turn and broil underneath Shade's own visage. And Shade, I want you to go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Wow!
Does it matter?
Yeah. I'll roll all natural ones for the rest of the night.
You clearly can tell that the very ground underneath you is about to attack you. You move away, and in an instant, you see that your entire body was almost consumed by this miasma. You move, and you move quickly. You know that if you didn't have this instinctual pattern of, hey, the ground's going to kill me, it would have probably hurt you at the very least. But you rolled 2 natural 20s, so I am giving it to you. Nothing happens. You're just super quick, and he is extremely surprised.
As am I. Yeah.
Kelmar.
Jesus.
You're just struggling to stay alive, aren't you? You just don't know it when you're beat. Alright. Smack, smack, smack. 31 hit.
31 does hit. Even in its new form, 31 does hit.
It take it he's probably still alive. So, Mother's Blade. 29 and 26.
29. Oh, huh. Sorry, I'm thinking of what just happened and what happened to the environment. No, Bartholomew's still there, so that's still activated, and you're still flanking. 29 and 26 do hit.
So that's attack, extra, and extra. Now it's time for my haste. How does he look after getting hit?
After slashing around his body, you can tell that the miasma is not just on his physical surface, but deep into his core. As blood begins to trickle down, you can tell that it is not the appropriate color.
Then I will expand the spell slot and see what happens when I... where is it? I will expand the spell slot to see what happens when I put him underneath the anti-magic field effect. So I'll expand the spell slot to do it and see what happens to him.
Mm-hmm. So you're doing the whole negate magic above 1.
No, that's a wisdom saving throw thing.
Sorry, I can never remember your effects.
It's the anti-magic field effect, except it affects only him.
Yeah.
It's on his person. And I have to expend a spell slot to make that work.
So what exactly are you doing?
I attacked him and I expended a spell slot to put the anti-magic field effect on him so he can't use anything magic related on himself.
Okay, you can tell that that had no effect. But specifically, Kelmore, you can tell that it hit him. It did actually do something, but you can tell that nothing was negated. Nothing was made inert. Take that however you will.
I have my bonus action, so I will utilize it to grant me... if I can find where it is. I will use it to grant me a... I'll take a stance to enhance any of my saving throws.
Mm-hmm.
And I end my turn.
Lillian.
So I'm gonna get off the ground and float up a little bit, so I'm not touching the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the? There we go. Wait, no, that's Star.
I mean, I guess you can
way.
attack her. I mean, if everything's going to die,
No,
might as well kill her
I'm
too.
not gonna attack her. I'm trying. There we go. I was looking for where we went. Like, I actually clicked my thing away from it. I'm float off the ground and attack this guy.
All right. How far off the ground?
5 feet.
Okay.
I'm still flanking, right?
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's super awkward, but yeah.
I guess only the first 2 hit.
Only the first 2 hit, I'm afraid. Okay. Anything else, Lillian?
I'm gonna bonus action restore my my shield.
As you begin to cast Gauntlets of Thunder, or Thunder Gauntlets to be precise, onto his visage, you can tell that it does hit him. It does strike, but it does not strike true. As it begins to hit and warp around his body, you can tell the electricity basically gets... It does damage, definitely does damage. But you can feel that the strange popping sensation, the weird, fleshy burnt smell, is not as aromatic as it usually is. Take that however you will, even awkwardly. Shade.
Can I make her an Arcana check?
I guess.
Oh, I guess it did. There we go.
You can tell that magic had like half the effect.
Did I tell when people did the physical attacks if it had the normal effect?
More or less. You can tell that the blade definitely did something, but the properties on the blades, maybe not so much.
There's something dampening our magic, so our weapons aren't as powerful as they should be.
Shade.
Great. I want to try something stupid. So I'm gonna take the vial of green growth liquid that I have. And I actually have 4 of them.
And these were on
And-
your person when you changed, right?
Yeah, they were
Okay.
on my person. Yep. I'm going to throw the one of them at his feet, like on his feet, I guess. Yeah. Like kind of just break on the ground at his feet.
I have one. I have 2 as well.
Okay. Which specific potion?
It's the vial of green growth stuff that we found in that basement of the house in the mountains that was making trees grow and
All right. That's interesting. As you
it seemed like the opposite of what's happening around me. So
Yeah, as you chuck one of the potions onto the ground, you can tell that it hits the ground and a succinct circle about the same size as the liquid begins to ooze out. As the ooze begins to grow out, you can tell that the strange substance underneath here begins to mold away. Underneath the ground, you can tell that it is dead. This thing already took effect that hit it, but it basically squirmed away in a 10 by 10 inch circle.
okay.
So it did something, but you might need an entire truck of the stuff.
Yeah.
I have 4 vials too.
I mean, you might be able to get a good area, but right now, just the bottom of his feet no longer contain the strange miasma.
What happens if we toss it onto him?
You can always try.
I guess second attack I'll try to break one on him.
Okay, that's actually considered an attack instead of just throwing stuff on the ground. So go ahead and roll attack.
Yeah.
I guess use Dex to shank someone.
Yeah. I wouldn't have proficiency with throwing this, I suppose. So yeah, just a dexterity check.
Not unless you have that one feat that allows you to use anything as a weapon.
No, I have proficiency with simple weapons and stuff, but that's not. Yeah.
I'm afraid a potion bottle or a beer bottle is not a simple weapon.
All right, let's roll this dexterity check then. I am flanking, I guess.
True. And Bartholomew's, for some reason, Bartholomew's fairy fire is still in effect.
I rolled a
Matter.
crit.
You could have ruled it not as such, but
Yep.
I never said I stopped concentrating. But yeah,
Shade, that does hit.
Cool. I break a vial of green goop on him.
You break a vial of green goop on him, and it hits his very person. His right hand, No, wait, left hand. You're on his left. His left hand begins to get coated by the thing. As it begins to drip down from him, you can tell that the strange miasma on his person drips down as well. And you can tell that there's bone, flesh. And, well, you first notice the bone. So his body is decaying away, but he is still moving. The strange miasma is killing him. There's no doubt about that. Bodily, he is dying. But Shade, as just describing what just currently happened, Lan, that's fine. As Shade threw that weird goo stuff he found in the basement, hitting his left, no, right, shoulder, it moved away the miasma forming around his body. It hit the ground, and it created a strange, almost clean circle around the pool, but not that big. You can tell that the flesh has been slowly but surely being decayed away by this miasma, and you actually can see bone underneath. Shade, go ahead and roll 1d6. I mean, you did glass the guy.
Yeah.
Also dealing 5 points of damage.
Cool. Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Anything else, Shade?
Shoot. What's the light level here that the terrain's changed? Is it still bright outside?
It's slowly getting darker thanks to the actual area, but it is still technically light.
Okay. I am going to. I'm just gonna. Can I still use a second attack?
Yeah, technically. I mean, the first one
Okay.
you were just basically doing a free action.
Yeah, I just like dropped a thing on the ground, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll second attack. I'll try to hit him with my sword and see if it helped at all that I got rid of some of the miasma. Another crit.
Go ahead and roll damage. You've been rolling really well.
That's 4 crits in a row. 3 crits.
You managed to strike straight into him, breaking his abdomen. You can tell that your effect, your ability, did in fact help, but maybe because you rolled a natural 20, or maybe because it was still on your turn. You can determine one way or the other. Probably because it was on your turn. The natural 20 is just me giving you the information. However,
Yeah.
you do manage to strike him a good amount of damage. He's not dead. He had gone bloody thanks to Kelmore, but that is a problem. He is not dead, and, well, if and when he does die, because that is still a possibility, you're not exactly sure if that's a good thing. Anything else?
I think that'll be it for Shade.
All right. You just
Should
hear
I
start.
go after Shade, or should I roll initiative again?
I'll just have you go now.
I was after Shade before anyway. So. I don't know how much of it, but anyway, would you, the stuff that's around him, that Shade threw on him, would you say it's part of the ground around, like, right? So, like, I can move it, you said?
Move what exactly?
The, like, Shade, like, Shade said they, like, splashed him with some, like something, like, from the ground that was around us?
Shade grabbed a bottle of
Uh.
goo, but he didn't grab the ground. He hit the ground with said goo. I suppose if you grab
I
that.
want to use mold earth to grab a chunk of it and throw it at him.
Normally, I'd say the thing got expended after the first use and after the turn ended, but technically it is soaked in the earth. I guess that would be a good loophole.
Yeah, try again. I'm gonna quicken that. And hit him with it for my bonus action, and then follow up with some slice and dice.
All right.
Anyway.
Like a 5-year-old, you grab oh man, I'm forgetting the name.
Six,
A mud pie,
seven.
and just chuck it at the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops,
You're like a
that
really
was
dirty
one too
clown.
many. One too many.
Let's see here.
22 hit him.
22 does not. The rest do.
Okay, I will use my channel divinity to get +10 on that to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
The one I missed. So, because the fourth one doesn't count actually, I only did 3. So that was just for fun. Anyway, oh, wait, clicked on 3 of them. There it is. Wait, I clicked too many times there too. Let's see, how much is that? $99 damage. Is he still alive?
Unfortunately, he is still alive.
Okay, I'll drop a level 4 smite on him.
We should probably stop doing that.
I don't know. He seems pretty deadly to me.
Well, no, I'm saying
But
he
anyway.
should stop being alive so that he can be dead, and then you'll have killed
I
him.
was like, I don't know. 2, 3, 4. That's another 48. So. Yeah, 16 damage, so 115 damage.
You can tell they're hurt.
Good.
They're definitely hurt. Thanks to you, thanks to Land, thanks to Kelmore. Lillian and Bartholomew also helped. Bartholomew a lot, honestly, with his spell effect. But you know he's not dead.
Okay, well then I go like
Barely.
You suck, and then yeah, I'm done.
All right. As Star reaches her turn, she doesn't want to actually attack this thing, mainly because, well, underneath her breath, Bartholomew. No, she still wouldn't say it underneath her breath. Bartholomew, you can tell, she simply states, "I really should have left when I had the chance." Comes over to Bartholomew. Goes, all right. I'm not a bard, but I could probably enhance something you can do. What do you want enhanced?
Now, I have a weird plan in my head that I am going to share with the class right now, which is I'm going to try and get him to stab the book so that the most powerful person in the caster are the same person, so that the Reaper comes after him exclusively.
I mean, I guess it can enhance your sleight of hand.
Yeah?
All right. She brings out what appears to be a
Something.
wand. You see her carry wands here and there. But instead of actually casting a spell on you, she just stabs you with it and then just leaves it inside. All right, you should be good to go.
I think...
It's actually close to where your heart would be. Yeah, don't worry about it. It should disappear once you decide to use it the first time. No bodily damage, but you might want to use it this turn, or else it actually would cause damage to you.
I actually can't... I don't think I can get to him in one turn. Yeah, he's 40 feet.
Hang on. Going to roll something.
Don't you have Missy's up?
Oh, I do. Never mind. Let's do that.
She drags you 5 feet. You're heavy. That's all I can do. And that's all she does. You now have an added +3 to your sleight of hand. If you don't use the effect of her wand within the next turn, you will be hit for... well, for damage. I'm not going to tell you how much.
Okay.
At the end of her turn, you can
Yeah, if I
tell...
just get that
However,
close, maybe?
the miasma around him begins to broil and boil. As Lan made that small little crater, it began to be enveloped once again. His hand begins to coat in that substance once more. You can't see the bone anymore. You can tell that something is happening to his body again. He's not transforming, but he's likely, for the lack of a better word, healing. You're not sure by how much. He is restoring himself thanks to the strange death substance. And at the end of that miasma turn, you can tell that he is still conscious. Looks at who would he target? Shade seemed the most dangerous, but Lan was making himself a target.
It's not his turn yet.
Yeah, it's sure not.
And Lamb was definitely probably taunting him. We shouldn't have been distracted.
If anything, he's probably gonna get rid of the people that have been hitting him with weapons. So that'd be Lan and Kelmore. Shade is a possibility, but not one that's needed of concern right now.
So he just pretends like me hitting him with my thunder doesn't exist. I'm insignificant.
You did damage. I'm not saying you didn't, but Kelmore and Lan did a good amount of damage. scary amount. I mean, no offense by that. However, he is targeting Lan and Kelmore. Both of you go ahead and roll dexterity saving throw as he raises 2 hands and clasps them together.
What is this, to grab his hands? Yeah. No.
That may or might not be a good idea.
You stop it right now. And so I say, no. None of that. Oh god. Oh god. I don't think I did good there.
Mine's
no.
42, if that matters.
How is it your 42?
Shield. Then
Like,
I
seriously.
get I get +2 with my shield.
Uh-huh.
So that is 30 and
Plus
31.
6.
Then I get
Me.
+6.
How do you have advantage?
Because he has haste on.
Haste. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Fudge. I forgot to say
I
it.
have advantage too, but it doesn't matter.
No, it's the same type of thing that was going
You
to
want
hit
Flash
Shay.
of Genius? I don't think a 15 is going to save you.
You would have disadvantage for this roll.
Oh, I can't save you.
So it'd be straight.
Alright, so I would be straight for me then.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 14, 15, 16, 17, 21. Then 21 plus another 5. So that is 26.
Nice. That does pass. Lan. Well, sorry. The ground underneath your 2 visages. From your left, Kelmore, and from Lan's right, the ground underneath almost concusses straight into you. Kelmore, you're quick, but your right side just gets pelted with the very earth underneath. On your side. Lan, you're not quick enough, and you basically get smushed. You don't die, maybe, but you do get crushed in the ground. Almost like a sandwich. As the dirt and grime begins to simply broil and toil away, smoothing itself out, Lan and Kelmore, you take half. Lan, you take the full extent.
Yep.
I feel like if I roll, it might kill you. So I'm just going to do the flat base of 70 points of damage.
Okay.
Kelmore, you take half.
Is this an element? Since this Earth is gonna.
Not technically.
I mean, it is, but yeah, no. It's,
Yeah. Nice.
ouch.
Huh. I mean, technically that's correct, Kelmore, but nah, I don't want to mess with your shield. Bartholomew.
Well, I'm gonna just wander right up to him as sneaky as I can be. So would that be a stealth roll?
Well, right now he's fighting Lan and Kelmore, so it's not going to be a high one, but it's still going to be a stealth roll.
Sure. Stealth. Alright.
All right.
Take that. And then... yeah, I'm gonna try and like... oh shit, who did we lose? Oh, we got him back though.
I'm gonna flash of insight G.
You don't need to do that with the stealth. I got it. It was
Mhm.
not high. He was fighting 2 people who were behind, or were in front of him. I'm behind him.
Mhm.
So yeah. Who does he look like he's most likely going to attack?
Probably Lan, since he keeps goading him.
So
He's
I'm gonna
not much.
toss the book to him and then slide the dagger into our buddy's hand. So slide a hand for the dagger, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna use a lucky on that one. Damn it!
+3.
That's a +3, so that's 15. Okay, I'm not going to tell you, unless you decide to change something, I'm not going to tell you what happens until it hits his turn.
Or 10 if you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll probably use a
No, just
Port?
You're not gonna tell us. You're gonna see Ends Assassin tonight, right before it happens.
Let's see, a +9 to a 12 is 21. So I could use a 12. Because I never did use that.
You
I
never
can
did use
flash a
that.
genius you.
Hmm?
I can flash a genius you.
I was talking to the DM.
Well, up to you if you decide to use it.
Yeah, I'll use the 12 if you're going to flash genius me, because that's a +9, so that's a 21 right away, and then your flash genius makes that 27 for the sleight of hand. And
Yeah.
then I'm just going to toss the book to Lan if he wants to try and catch it, or if that's any kind of roll.
And nah,
I'll
it's
catch
just
it.
basically tossing an item to a companion.
And then I'm just going to like mimic, have him stab the book, just like hold hand up and put like the stabbing motion on the hand.
I would have made you roll for it if it was 15 feet, but you're like less than 10, so you're good.
Yeah.
So you give me the knife and the book?
No.
No, I gave him the knife. He's going to stab the book. I want him to stab the book.
Oh.
Because it'll attack the most powerful person in the area and then the caster. And if it happens to be the same person, it'll only attack them.
He's not stabbing people. He's like using magic. Hopefully he tries to stab me then.
I mean, even if it like gets bitched out in the first round,
Just
it's
put
still
Hang on,
around
did you
you
just put a
focused.
dagger in the bad guy's hand?
Yes.
Wow. It's pretty...
To be fair, though,
Follow-
he did try
follow
to
my-
attack Kelmore with hands, so he can do other things.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, well, Len puts his thumb up. It's like half of his face is just like purple.
I don't know
from
if
being
you were gonna-
smashed by rocks.
I want you to try
I
to
got
drive the knife into the book or however. I'm just assuming the one holding the knife is the caster since that's the one that stabs. So,
Hmm. I think you identified it. Yes, it is.
yeah.
Okay, anything else, Bartholomew?
Well, I'm at 30 feet, so I guess, you know, we're all in this together now, as much as I don't want to.
As it ends,
Yeah, but
as it begins,
basically get him to stab the book is what I'm going to, like, try and mimic to him.
okay, I'm going to roll 2 things. Don't worry about them.
Besides the regular dagger to those who aren't undead, so...
As he begins to look around, looking towards Kelmore, looking towards Lan, surprised that Kelmore is not even hurt. However, his shield, well, the shield's kind of coated in the front with miasma. You might not want to touch it. In the front, you can still use it as a shield. That aside, he does see that Lan is weak. He does see that he keeps goading him for some apparent reason. Lan, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand to try to get the book in front of yourself while he goes to attack you.
Okay. Yeah. Super good at this. Yes, I am.
If you fuck up, I always have my portent.
You
So,
fucked up.
I have an 18 portent.
Yes.
I mean,
do it. We need it now. You saw the future. You saw the future. Then flash me.
I see the future. It's
You
apparently a
can't
man
flash a
stabbing a
genius. You
book.
already flashed a genius to get the knife in his hand.
Okay, damn it. Well, I have to do it.
Yes.
So.
Well, none of them are particularly good.
Well, you're not sure what exactly I'm rolling. However,
I know.
he looks straight at Lan and then immediately goes to maybe choke him. You're not exactly sure. He tried to choke Kelmore beforehand, but he does not realize. One of the rolls I did roll was to see if he figured out he had a blade in his hand and where it came from. He did not. Go straight for Lan. Realizing a little too not on time, goes straight for him. That's a 3. So he still didn't figure it out. With a 14 and his bonus, he does manage to strike straight towards Lan. However, thankfully enough, with your portents, and he rolled a 14 to try to gesture away from your blade. He did not get it. goes straight in and sinks into the blade itself. With a 9, he was not able to not accidentally cast it, so he did unfortunately cast the, let's call it a death spell, because that's kind of what it is. And then he sinks it back out, because he decided not to leave it in. That was the 3. It sinks out and comes out of the blade itself. As soon as that happens, the book in Lan's hands begins to flip so many times it is almost comical. It should not have that many pages. As this transpires, you do see and look around you. Shade is the first one to see this entity before anyone else, mainly because of True Sight. But you see something coming out of the woodwork, some strange substance, some death entity. Well, you can tell that the ground itself is not exactly appropriate. Maybe this thing is just strong enough or vile enough to survive within the very land of death itself. As this beast comes out of nowhere. But Bartholomew knows exactly where it came from, as everyone else can now see it.
My stupid plan worked.
Yes, I'm very surprised. Is it the same Reaper that we had with us in the previous campaign? Probably not.
It's not.
Even then, we wouldn't know.
Let's hope he's the strongest person in the area.
It'd be so funny if it like mauled stuff, mauled like Lillian or something.
That'd be so awkward. But with a new
Well,
enemy?
it also attacks the caster, so either way.
With a new air quotes enemy in hand, police come from the window. Sorry. With a new enemy in hand, with the new dagger ritual now finished casting, well, one thing is certain. He did waste one of his actions on his turn, at the very least. What happens after that? Well, let's see what happens next time, as we end the session for today.